If you're new to multifamily investing, the biggest challenge isn't necessarily finding deals, although obviously that's a challenge too, but it's getting brokers and sellers to take you seriously. That's where a credibility kit comes in. And today I'm going to break down exactly what you need in your credibility kit, why it matters, and how to use it to establish yourself as a serious multifamily investor. This came about over the hundreds of conversations that I've had with new and intermediate investors that have been struggling with getting brokers and sellers to respond to them, to trust them, to build a relationship with them and allow them to access deals, allow them to engage in offer on deals, and be a potential buyer. So the solution is a strong credibility kit that I'm going to help you create and I have ready for you. And you can literally do this in a day or less. That'll make you look professional, experienced, even if you're not, and well prepared. So when I first started, it was very difficult for me to get brokers' attention. Why would they? Remember, a broker needs to know that you are a closer. Otherwise, you are a tire kicker or a time waster and a time suck who is not there to do deals. Guys, I got to be honest with you. I talk to hundreds of potential multifamily investors that claim that they're multifamily investors, but they don't do deals. I am doing deals. How is that possible? Because I started with my multifamily credibility kit years ago and began implementing the tools that I'm going to give you today early on so that brokers would take me seriously. They have to take you seriously and know that you are a closer in order for them to engage with you and provide access to the real deals, the best deals. Even if they're a seller, not necessarily a broker, they still need to know that you're going to close, that you can close, or that you have closed. And if you have not, today's episode is all about showing you how you can still engage with these people and be a potential buyer. That's what we want. If we are multifamily acquisition artists, as I call myself, you are a potential buyer and you need to know how to get broker attention and seller attention. So stay tuned, my peeps. Let's dive in deeper now. When you have my multifamily credibility kit, first of all, you go to my website, smallactscommunities.com. You'll fill out a quick questionnaire and then you get my credibility kit. And it offers you a bunch of resources, which I'm going to go through today. But you start there. And it helps to start with acknowledging what your investment criteria is. And I call it an investment focus worksheet. You're going to get this. It helps you clarify your own buying criteria and kind of nail things down, even if it's not totally clear in your head today. It doesn't have to be. Your buying criteria can change over time. But if you're going to be looking at hundreds of deals, it helps to narrow down your buying criteria now. It also shows brokers that you're not just window shopping by creating your buying criteria and sharing this with brokers in my patented JK in my one pager that I'm going to be sharing with you. It's very helpful for a broker to see, oh, I have a deal just like this, or oh, I don't have anything like this. So I don't know who would have this kind of a deal. You want to be specific. You want to talk about your location that you're targeting, the asset class, asset size, maybe, year built, location, within a market, not just the general market, for example, neighborhoods, and the strategy for purchasing, repositioning, maybe a little bit about your general business plan. It doesn't have to be too detailed or crazy. And I'm only saying this not to scare you off, but you can literally fill this out with my examples in like 5 minutes, guys. And you don't have to know which market. You don't have to go look at metrics. Just get a general idea of which market you want to start in, the broader MSA or city, and then you narrow things down from there. A simple process for identifying and connecting with the right brokers is to go on Crexy, LoopNet, and the CCIM website to find brokers in your target market. Now, you're going to make a list of however many you can find. Leave no stone unturned. Look everywhere to find new brokers before you start outreach. Okay, you're going to make a list. And I have customizable email scripts in this multifamily credibility kit for you for your broker outreach when you're ready for it. And you could literally start it this afternoon. So you don't have to write these email scripts. It's done for you. You could start your broker outreach very simply by identifying your target, your criteria, and figuring out your market and finding all the brokers in that market that you can, and then utilizing my customizable email scripts for your broker outreach. And then finally, you're going to attach a one pager, which we're going to talk about as well. Now, a strong opening email template that gets attention from brokers might scare you a little bit. So I figured that this might be the case, and I don't want you to lose or back down in this scenario. So I also scripted some responses to some key broker questions and very common broker questions that they might ask you. For example, how will you fund this deal? And I have answers for this. Or what's your experience? If you lack experience, leverage a mentor, partner, or a GP team, and I can help you figure this out. I've been in your shoes. A great response for a newbie that builds credibility without lying is important. And I have those great responses built out for you, already done for you on my website by downloading my multifamily credibility kit. I also offer a broker outreach follow-up system. It's just a way that you can continually reach out to brokers. I actually do it in my Asana. I say reach out to X, Y, and Z every 2 to 3 weeks and have it alert me of when I need to reach out to people. But at this day and age, that's what I used to do. This day and age, I just reach out every couple of weeks to every single broker that I know is active. And if I'm struggling to find leads, then what I do is I reach out to the brokers that have not been very active and I leave no stone unturned again. Most deals come from follow-ups, not from first contacts. So set up a structured follow-up system like email, calling, maybe LinkedIn, maybe reaching out on whatever you find that the broker or the seller's preferred method of communication is, and then repeat it. As a quick example, consistent follow-ups landed me my first deal in Florida, the 44 unit. Now, it was 3 years of communicating with one particular broker on basically all the deals that he and his firm had pushed out. I would either write up an offer or discuss where my price point was and why with this broker for nearly every single deal that came on market. And he appreciated it. He appreciated and saw that I was not giving up, even though it took me 3 years to get that first deal from it was almost to the day from the first day that I met him, because I flew down to meet this one person in Florida, to the day we closed. It was a December 2019 to a December 2022. Nearly 3 years went by. And that's just how it goes, guys. So make sure that you're following up consistently. And my multifamily credibility kit will help you, give you everything you need to follow up consistently. Now, when you download my credibility kit, you're going to get one thing called a one pager, and it's a template. It's a Canva template. You just download it, you make a copy of it for yourself, and then you literally just change very small things to make it your own. And then you download that as a PDF and you attach it to your broker email scripts that I give you, and you just shoot all this stuff out to all of the brokers. And make sure you're presenting it in a PDF format or something like a PNG file, something clean, nice, professional looking. Make sure your branding is on there if you have branding. And if it's not, it's totally fine. You don't even need it. So I shouldn't have even said that. Don't stress about branding. Make sure that you also follow up consistently. Attach it to follow-up emails if they have not responded. And once they do understand, it's still okay to refresh their memory a few months down the road if they forget what's your criteria or who you are. That's okay. It's acceptable to continually push it out there. If they don't need it, they just won't open it and won't look at it. Okay. It's totally acceptable. Don't feel like you're being overly pushy. Sometimes you need to be pushy to get broker attention. So the goal isn't to trick anyone here. It's to show that you are serious, that you're prepared, that you're engaged, that you are trying to get a deal done, and that you will close a deal if this broker or seller eventually chooses you as their buyer. It shows that you're committed. That's how you get brokers and sellers to pay attention to you and respect you. If you don't have the credibility kit, build one this week. And if you do, refine it, because every step forward, every small step that you take brings you closer to your first win or your next multifamily deal. So it's important to note that when you are considering reaching out to brokers, you might not get any attention, you might not get any love. And it's important to remember that that's normal. This does not reflect poorly on who you are as a person. This is just normal. Until you are actively closing multiple deals a year, a broker may not take you seriously. So you have to posture up. You have to show that you can be a closer. You have to use this multifamily credibility kit to your advantage to get that deal done. Now, like I said in the beginning, this is not just for beginners. If you're looking in a brand new market, somebody might not know who you are. You're going to be looking at and speaking with all new brokers. So you need this credibility kit as well. Whether you have 10, 15, 20 deals under your belt already, you're still going to have to show and prove to somebody in a brand new market that you can close deals, because it all comes down to, can you close the deal? And if you can, a broker or a seller may very well pick you as the buyer, even if you're not the top offer price. Keep that in mind today as you go out there and crush the world. Get my multifamily credibility kit today. Share it with people that you think could get value from it, because maybe you have your multifamily credibility kit dialed in and you want to share it with other people. Send them to my website, smallxcommunities.com. Make sure you're also subscribed to this podcast. And if you have not given it a rating or a review yet, it would mean the world to me if you did. Please do that. So get out there today, guys. Go find a new broker, show them that you can close deals, and close one. All right, and that's a wrap, Small Axe community. So I wanted to take a minute to say thank you so much for listening to the show. And if you liked it or got any value from it, it would really mean the world to me if you would share it with someone else and write a review. Remember, guys, keep sharpening those axes. Let's get out there. Let's crush it. Love you guys.